What's up guys, we're here at BMW Motorrad Singapore and it's a very special day. This is the Man Up to Self-Expression. It's the first time BMW Motorrad Singapore has ever done an event like this. Two very special guests with us today. We've got Sufyan, who's a professional graffiti artist, and Jap, who's a professional tattoo artist. Now what the two of them are going to be doing is they're going to hand paint, that's right, hand paint two very special BMW tanks. That's going to be on sale as well. Now, let's go check them out. What's up guys? So I'm here with Sufyan, who's a professional graffiti artist, and he was invited for this very special occasion to hand paint, as you guys see in the video, hand paint this very special tank. So Sufyan, could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, so I'm a 32-year-old graphic designer. Right. I've been doing graffiti since 2002. Right. Practicing graffiti, and I'm a graphic designer by profession. Okay. So for this tank, I've been given by BML to express whatever I feel. I express whatever I feel in terms of when I ride this bike. So if let's say I own this bike, so what kind of look do I want? So I give this kind of rebel, break away from norm kind of graphic. So there's an eagle with a broken nose. It's like an eagle going through like injuries and everything, but still keep going on, keep going strong. No
so life in general.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So whatever you go through in your life, just stand up, dust yourself off, and just head on.
So I need to rewind a little bit. So you mentioned that you started graffiti in 2002, 2003. So what inspired you to start graffiti?
As a young kid in primary school, I used to vandalize a lot of my school table. Okay. But I don't get caught.
Smart.
Yeah, so from then on, then I started doing names. Back then, I didn't know it was graffiti.
Right.
Yeah, so I started doing it since primary school, since primary 3. So I got into serious graffiti writing in 2002 when I was in ITE. So that's why I was, in ITE is where you are open up to many possibilities. Right. You got friends from different schools and from different backgrounds, and you are exposed to hip hop and exposed to black metal, ska, punk and everything. So I choose hip hop because it's kind of in relation to what I go through in life. Okay. So I try to express my art in terms of graffiti because it's easier for me. It comes naturally for me because I've been doing it since primary 3. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of a second nature to me.
Okay. So okay, now let's go through the art. You mentioned the eagle with the broken nose. You know, life sucks, but you pick yourself up, you continue, you go on. And I see right here it says ride like you stole it. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this, please?
Why the tag name ride like you stole it? Because people are so scared of giving their all, breaking barriers, going through walls just to prove themselves better. Right. So by having this tag name, I'm not reminding the person who is buying this bike, but I'm reminding myself that ride this bike like you stole it. You only have one day, to go through whatever problems that you have. Right. So make it a good one for yourself.
And okay, on the side, right? I think you mentioned to us a little bit earlier. Can you tell us a little bit more about this? I know it's like your signature mark.
Yeah. So it speaks raze, R-A-Z-E, right. Means destroy. So what I'm trying to portray is to destroy from the norm, break from the norm. Do not follow your conventional type. It's nothing wrong being different. You are still living, you're still breathing. Right. So the race is kind of a broken up, but it's kind of a form in a wild style where it's kind of a root of graffiti writing. Okay. You have wild style, you have bubble. So what I'm doing here is wild styles. Bricks are like walls in your life.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So
break those barriers.
Yes. So you are like destroying the bricks, destroying the wall in your life. Okay. Yeah.
And the chains?
The chains is like the chains is like holding everything back in place, holding everything back together. You have full control of it. You have full control of your life.
Okay, that is fantastic. Now, okay, last question.
Yep.
Your color theme. I mean, graffiti, tends, I mean, I see graffiti all the time on the walls, and they tend to be very colorful, very expressive as well. Now, you chose a very subtle color in that sense, just black on shimmery silver gray, I guess. Is there a reason behind that? Is there a story behind that as well?
Okay. So the reason why I do not go into colors because number one, grey itself is a neutral color. Whatever goes on it, it looks nice. But you have a logo here. What I'm trying not to do is to have a conflict with the attention of the logo. Okay. That's number one. Number two is that I'm trying to give that like freehand skill where not everyone can do it. You need to have steady hands. Right. There are what I can say errors, but those are lines where it speaks of hard work and effort.
Right. So it gets more character.
Yes. Yes.
I remember just now when we talked earlier, you mentioned that this paint cannot be cleaned off. So when you were doing this entire job, this entire day, you cannot afford to make any big major mistakes because it doesn't come off, right?
Yeah, it doesn't come off.
How pressurizing was that? Was that stressful for you?
It was. It's a good stress, but at the same time, it keeps me focused. Like I need to stop thinking very abstract and wanting to put every single thing on the tank. Right. But I focus on what is safe on the tank and what works on the tank. Okay. So when I focus on that, I start to work on the frame first. Then when I start to work on frame, the structure, then I want to put in the eagle. Okay. The main feature, the primary feature is there. Okay. Then I work on the graffiti. I feel very comfortable doing it, so I just go ahead and just do my thing.
Well, I think you doing your thing was perfect. This looks spectacular. Sufyan, thank you so very much.
Thank you, bro.
Ride safe. Well guys, there you have it. That was us talking to the graffiti artist Sufyan, who went through with us real quick about his artwork, his inspiration, and I guess why he did what he did. Now next up we're going to go talk to Jab, who also is a tattoo artist, not a graffiti artist, who also was invited today to do a very special artwork for another tank. So let's go check it out. Alright guys, so we're back now with Jab, who's a professional tattoo artist. Jab, could you tell us a little bit more about your artwork and your design? Because I see a very interesting symphony of colors.
I guess probably because I'm a tattoo artist, so I lean a lot on tattoo styles. So yeah, this is what you get.
Great, so run through with us, because both sides are different, so for the viewers, we're going to rotate the tank in a bit.
Sure.
But maybe we can start on the outside, because what I see is a skull.
Yeah, so basically this whole thing leans onto men's ruin. So basically speed, winning, you know, trophies, and as I turn along there'll be women and, you know, all that costs us, you know, the
ruin.
Yes, that bad.
You mentioned earlier this afternoon about this Polynesian.
Yes. Okay. This is something I love to do. Right. Polynesian work. That's my forte. Right. So it's a tribe. You know, most of it comes from Polynesian. Right. Basically, it's islander design. So some people call it tribal, but the right will be Polynesian work, fusion work, a little bit of Maori touch to it. So, yep, if you can see, everything is flow.
And the skull, there's a checkered flag. Is that the hair or?
It's basically my interpretation of speed and winning.
Why skull though? It's aggressive, isn't it?
It's like death wish.
Okay.
You know, so you choose. Yeah. So it's just about man's ego, you know, being to win.
Okay. Yeah. Fantastic.
Checkered flag, the finishing line.
Okay. And okay, share with us a little bit your choice of colors. This is a very interesting color. Is this yellow, green?
Okay, I was given the tank, which is dark green, which I first tried and I can't do anything with it.
Okay.
Then I thought it would be nice if I throw in a cream color, so just give it a little bit of older burnt look, you know, older paper style.
Okay.
And then I throw in the olive green, so just to match the original dark green.
Now, how hard is it, because you're a tattoo artist, so obviously your tools are very different from what you have to use today. So can you share with us a little bit more about how this different medium, the tank, versus skin, and also your tools? You know, was it challenging for you? Was it very different?
It's definitely getting out of the box. Right, because it's just getting out from my comfort zone to something that I don't normally do. I draw, but not like this. Right, so this project was given to me, and I think it's awesome. And you know, application-wise, it's totally different. Comparing from applying the colors to doing the lines, is way different from tattooing.
Right.
Yeah. So
you mentioned earlier that, you know, for skin, for example, you go from darks to lights.
Yes.
And for tank, it was
light to dark. It's just totally reversed.
So you have to reconfigure your thought process before you put the colors down.
Correct. Totally.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So maybe you could turn the tank around and
sure.
Let's look at the beautiful lady on this other side. Okay. So tell us a little bit about this. It reminds you of Adam and Eve.
The forbidden fruit.
Right. So BMW is the forbidden fruit. Okay. So yes, tell us about this. Is this pop art style?
Oh yeah, a little bit of pop art, a little bit of I would call it a little bit of new school art.
Okay.
I do a lot of cross coloring.
Right.
So it's just my little style that I like to do.
Right.
You know, but I normally don't get to express everything I like on the tattoo because most of them are clients, so I have to do what they like.
Want, right.
Yeah. So now at least I get to do what I like.
Is this canvas large enough for you, or would you?
I wouldn't do this day in, day out.
Right.
No,
Okay.
no, definitely not. I'll go back to my tattooing. But this is fun to just a day work.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it's fantastic. Well, it has been an entire day, so it's quite tiresome. Okay, last bit. This, I don't think you call it polka dot, but could you share a little bit more about what this part of the art is?
Yeah, it's just my feel. I like geometrical style tattoos, so this part of just a simple feel of it is honeycomb. I put it not everything symmetrical. It's just follow the flow of the bike.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, last question.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier that it is obviously very different. I wouldn't say challenging, but different. Using the tank as a canvas versus using skin.
Correct.
And also, when it comes to tattoos, most of the time it is for a client. So you have to kind of give them what they want. Given between the two, which is more challenging? Assuming you had a skin tattoo on this canvas size.
If I was to give in another tank and say do another one, I would say more challenging would be tattooing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because still I have to make sure it fits what the person wants.
Right.
But for the tank, I get to express. Yeah. But everything just has to flow. Just like how I do my tattoo, it has to flow with the body.
Right.
So we have to flow with the tank. So it's pretty okay.
Now you ride a BMW as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about the motorcycle?
I guess I wouldn't want to go there. I'm only new.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just keep riding to know.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple of months.
Cool. Okay, we'll hunt you down in a couple of months.
Okay.
Jad, thank you so very much.
Thank you, Hong.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ian.
Definitely thank you, Performance Motors Limited Singapore, BMW Motorrad, and well, BMW as well. So we're gonna go take a look close up at the tank, both for Sufyan and for Jab. So let's go check it out. Thank you. What's up guys, we're here with Andre at 717 Custom Coatings, and he is the guy tasked with the tremendous responsibility of coating these two very special tanks that were hand painted by Jab and Sufyan a couple of days ago at BMW Motorrad. So we're just here to find out exactly what kind of processes are involved in getting these tanks coated. Andre, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So could you please tell us a little bit more about the processes, how, why, everything else involved in coating the tanks? I know it's not an easy task.
All right, for me the main task was not to lose any of the image that's on the tank.
Right.
Yeah, so Once they pass me the tank, I like kind of try to play around with the colors of the flakes, the pearls, try to blend in everything. So what I did was I layered 3 clear coats with flakes and the pearls and all, and then I put another clear coat just to seal everything in.
Okay.
And then after I had to wet sand it down to a 1002 grit, 1005 grit, and then after I layered again of another 4 coats.
So it's a lot more scientific than...
Way more, way more.
Because a lot of people think that, getting a lacquer coat is easy.
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
And so all this is done by hand?
Everything is done by hand, no machines.
Wow, okay. So, okay, you mentioned flakes and pearls.
Yeah.
That's the shimmer that we see.
Correct.
So how much flakes or how much shimmer comes into this?
Right, normally I go by grams mixed with the clear coat. Yeah, so don't have the numbers offhand, but I just mix it and then after I mix it with by look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now both tanks are different color. This is green, yellow base. That's more gray and black.
Correct.
Do you use the same amount of flakes and pearls, or is it a different amount?
It's a different amount because this is more darker and more towards the green side.
Okay.
So I had to play with more of the green pearls and then more of the gold and silver flakes.
Okay.
Whereas for that, I cannot go with the gold flakes because the color it will be off.
Right.
So for the silver one, I went more with the silver pearl. It was
Okay.
silver and gray, and then with more of the silver flakes.
Very interesting, very complicated process as you can see. So how long does it take for you to complete one tank?
Right, one tank, based on the flakes and the pearls, that will be about an hour of clear coating. And then after that, I have to wait 24 hours to dry.
Okay.
And then after, I will take the process about 2 hours to wet sand down the whole process. Yeah,
Okay.
then after that, I will clear coat again, another 24 hours to dry, wet sand it down again, and then I polish it up again.
So you have to wet sand it down twice?
Yep, twice.
And what's the purpose for this? What's the purpose of doing it twice?
The purpose, because they have the marker marks and the paintbrush marks, so when I wet sand, it's to flatten down everything. So sometimes when you put flakes,
Okay.
you might have the pops, where you touch it and then you have all the bumps there.
Right.
Yeah, so it's for BMW, it have to look beautiful. Yeah, so wet sand down, flatten it out, and then after that, gives the shine.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, last question. Tell us a little bit more about 717. How long you guys been around?
Right.
What do you guys specialize in?
Okay, 717 Custom Coatings was born on 17 August last year, so our anniversary will be coming up soon.
Cool.
Yep, we specialize in custom spray painting and water transfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, there we have it, guys. We're gonna see you are seeing the process of these tanks going from scratch to perfection. So stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you.